Hi, I'm Lois Beres at KZGN-TV, and this is Ridgecrest Talk. And today I'm talking with Henderson and Connie Zeno, and we can call him Z. And this is Connie. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it. They have an event coming up that they're going to tell us about in a little bit, but I want to get a little bit of personal information so you guys know who you're listening to. You guys have been in Ridgecrest for a while. How long did we figure out?
36
36
years.
for you and
35
for you.
Yes.
Wow. And you came single and now you're married.
Came
Yes.
All right.
single, courtesy of the U.S. Navy.
Both of them, right? You were
Yes.
Navy also.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. And you were a airplane mechanic,
Aircraft mechanic.
and you were a hospital
Hospital corpsman.
corpsman.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. We have some good ones of those around here.
Yes.
And you have children?
Yes.
Okay.
3.
3 kids?
Yes.
Okay. Boys, girls?
2 girls and 1
You
boy.
have to ask.
No,
No. I think
I
2
thought you were
girls
about
is
to
all
say
I got.
something.
I didn't get the boy. But that
And
is so
2
cool.
grandkids.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right. Oh, that's neat. And are they still here in Ridgecrest?
Yes, they're in
Oh, I
Ridgecrest.
love it.
Yes.
They came from, you told me you came from Louisiana.
Yeah, Lake Charles, Louisiana.
And you came from
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. So they both kind of came and got together here in the desert and had a little bit of culture shock.
Yes.
A little bit when they came, especially
bit.
him from where there was a lot of humidity. And you have humidity in Philadelphia
Yes, we
somewhat
do.
too, don't
Yes,
you?
we do.
We get out here where we have like 2 and 3%. And that
I
must
know.
have been a shocker
It was.
for you. They, like I said, both came active duty, and then you retired first, or you?
No, I did not retire.
Oh, you didn't retire, you
yes.
just left.
Yes. I got out, and my wife stayed in reserve, and she ended up retiring reserve.
Okay. Oh, that's neat. But the whole time you stayed here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And have you been affiliated with your church that whole time? Or?
We were affiliated with another church, New
Okay.
Life Christian Fellowship,
Oh, okay.
back in the late 80s,
Late
90s.
Yes.
And then when we felt a call of God for us to leave, we found ourselves at Desert Christian Center.
And that's where they are right now, Desert
Yes.
Christian Center. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. But we want to talk a little bit more about these guys personally. You left the Navy and stayed home and were
Well,
house dad or house husband or something?
no, I left the Navy, and I started working on base.
Oh.
Basically doing the same job that I
That
did
is so cool.
when I
Just
was
when
in
you
the
got-
Navy.
Just change, wear different clothes.
Yes, different, same shop, just
Really?
different clothes.
Oh,
Yes,
how neat.
That's right.
That's
Yes.
cool, and you did that for a while.
I did that for about 10, 13 years.
Okay, good one.
I worked on the F-86 FSAT program. We overhauled QF-86 for full-scale area targets out here.
Wow.
And so I rebuilt the engines for that program
Oh, that's
for
fascinating
many
to me.
years.
Yes. I just get excited when I see all the things that you guys do out there. when
Yes.
They get that. So they were targets.
Yes.
Wow. And you were a hospital corpsman.
Yes.
And you stayed for a while, and then when you got out, finally, did you continue to work in that field?
No, I didn't.
No, you
I
didn't?
worked at the base clinic doing some hearing testing
Oh, okay.
as civil service, and then I quit my job there after our son was born.
Yes.
Stay home with them, and then I went back to working some security
base.
positions on base
Okay.
as a gate guard, and then eventually I worked as contractor for 10 years with BMAR in the supply shop. Telmart at that time was Telmart shop stores.
They kind of
Yes.
switch a little
Oh,
bit.
yes.
Yes.
A lot of the same personnel, but little different names
Yes.
sometimes. Yeah.
And then from there I went civil service in
Okay.
2000.
Are you still there now?
Civil service,
Mhm.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Right now I work for the F-35 program.
Ah, I don't know much about that program. That's kind of newish, isn't it?
It's a new
Yes.
plane.
Yeah, I thought
It's a
so.
new-
Yes.
That's
Mhm.
cool. And so you got to be excited about that too, then.
Yes.
So work on
Yes.
that. That's neat. My husband did a hearing thing. Maybe that, you just look so familiar to me. Maybe he did it with you. I don't know. When he was active duty.
Active duty,
So
yes.
that's cool. Anyway, these guys have been here for a while. They had a little bit of, like I said, culture shock when they came to the desert. And him being from Lake Charles was
Yes.
expecting
Yeah.
a lake
Yes.
at China Lake.
China
And didn't bring his boat, but he brought his sea bag and put it in the sprinklers
Yes.
some way.
I know.
Oh, you didn't know what it was. It was grass. We put it there. Oh, the sprinklers. You didn't have to have sprinklers that much.
No, it rains every day, pretty much in Louisiana at that time.
I know when my husband was on the East Coast, he said you could set your watch almost by the time it would rain
Yeah.
every day. You
Thunder showers,
expected it to rain.
12 noon every day.
Yeah, it must be lunchtime, it's raining, right?
Yes.
That is just so cool. So you folks are now program assistants or something with DCC, is that right? What is your
Official title,
Yeah.
we are elders at
Elders,
Desert
okay.
Christian Center.
and that is where located? Where's
Patan.
On Patan, right across from Walmart.
Right.
Like
Oh,
you're going
okay.
up College Heights Boulevard, you see Desert Christian Center right
What's
there.
that big one that you just, if you could
Yes.
go straight but you can't, you'd go right into it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I get that. And is that a big congregation? It's a huge building.
It's a huge building. Right now, what, about 200?
Yeah, 250, maybe
250.
300.
Okay,
Yes.
well, that's a pretty good group of folks.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
And if they attend regularly, that's pretty big, and that facility's plenty big.
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
yes, it
to
is.
handle that many. So,
Yes.
and they're going to be having a special event coming up, and that's what we really want to get into, but we're going to do that in just a little bit. So, how you have, I'm sure you have paid staff out there, what, your pastors, or what?
No, we're not on staff.
You are not on staff?
No, we are not. We are not
But our
on staff,
pastors
but
are
our
paid.
pastors are paid.
Okay, and how many pastors do you have, just one or two?
We have Pastor David Shadd,
Okay,
and we have
Jim Weston.
Pastor Jim Weston,
okay,
and then Darren,
wow,
Pastor Darren.
pretty good staff.
Yes.
With that, yeah. And you have all sorts of programs for all ages, pretty much, don't you?
Yes, we do.
Oh, yes.
I thought you did.
Yeah, we
And
have
this-
an outreach for the city, which we go to the parks on Sunday evenings,
Oh,
and it's very, very popular.
I imagine, that'd be
Yes.
neat. Do you just go talk to people? Do you do take things, or?
They go out in the park, and we have a van, and we take the van out, and they play music and
Ah.
have testimonies and just invite people.
Well, how
you know,
fun.
over.
Well, really,
That
it's
would be-
more than a van. It's a truck
Yeah.
that's been converted over.
To a
And so they
soundstage.
can fold
Oh,
out
really?
the side of it, and it becomes a stage, and they'll play music.
Oh,
and,
how fun.
Yes.
And you don't have to have permits, you just show up.
Well, I think we have some permits from the
Yes,
city.
we
you?
go
Oh,
through the
yes.
city for
Okay.
approval. Yes.
Oh, that's neat. Well, we'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. We're going to go to a break.
Yes.
We'll be gone, we'll be out of here for about 2 minutes, and then we'll be back and we'll talk a little bit more with Z and Connie. Okay, we're back. You're back with Lois and Z and Connie, and we're talking about the ministries that are worked on through DCC, which is Desert
Christian
Christian Center.
Yes.
Yes.
And it is out there across the street from Walmart.
Walmart.
Yes.
You'll be kind of behind the new Walmart, sort of,
Yes,
kind of,
we
won't
will.
you? So
We
you'll be
will.
surrounded by Walmarts. We had them in the park, and they were doing some really good stuff in the park. You said you have a truck, and it goes out, and they play music, and tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, the truck is the platform
Okay.
by which the
Kind of a stage sort
yes,
of
it's a stage where we can not only cart out chairs and music, but other things. You know, because we also feed the neighborhood, and we bring clothing. We have ministry time. They do face painting.
Face painting,
We
yes.
have artists come out and we'll do portraits,
Oh, how fun.
nail painting.
I love it. It's
just
more
a
like a
whole-
carnival. And how often do you do
Some-
that?
well, we're just going to be starting up here next month.
Oh,
So
that'd be
it's
great.
all the way through until
Summer.
October.
Okay.
And
Doesn't get
we'll
too
do
hot
it-
out there.
Yeah, we'll do
Yes.
it twice a month.
Okay.
And,
Oh,
yeah.
that's wonderful. And then they were saying that people could go, and if they needed prayer, they'd pray with them, or
Yes.
if they needed counseling,
Yes.
they'd get them to an appropriate counselor.
Mm-hmm.
And then you give them clothes if they need it.
Yes, we
and
have
food.
clothing.
That's a remarkable
Yes.
program.
Yes.
Takes a lot of people to put that together, I imagine.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
And what about donations? Can people donate to you for that? I mean, like clothes or something
Yes.
like that?
Absolutely, yes.
And where would they do that? Would they take it out to your church?
They will
or-
bring it to the church,
Okay.
and we have a basket set up for dry goods.
Oh.
that can be donated. And so we take all those, and then, once a month or so, we will make baskets and
Okay, to
deliver
take to people
them.
that you know need it.
Yes.
Yes.
And you have them on your list, or whatever.
Yes.
Yes.
If somebody found themselves in dire need, could they call and ask for help or come over, or how would you do that?
Yes, they can call and ask for help, but the way that we do it, we donate to the Salvation Army.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and so we refer, people to the Salvation
So
Army.
if we donate to you, you might get the stuff passed on through
Yes.
to Salvation Army?
Yes,
Okay.
the Salvation Army is, they're great at what they do.
Oh, they are. They
Okay,
actually are.
and they have a database, and
Oh,
they're
good.
very, very helpful in the city. And so instead of trying to duplicate what
Good idea.
they're doing, we just give into the
with
Salvation
them.
Army and
Yes.
work with them.
Oh, I love that. That's great, because you're right, there's no point in duplicating it when everybody's getting helped. That's the
Yes.
main thing.
Right.
You want
Yes.
to have people helped and not forgotten.
Yes.
So they can get on the list at Salvation Army or on DCC's list, probably. And if you guys want to donate to them, they take it at your church.
Yes.
Or you could take it to Salvation Army in the name of you guys or something,
Yes.
I suspect. Okay. Oh, I think that is really good. And what other programs do you have, like for small children, big kids? What do you have? You have a regular Sunday school, or?
We do have a regular Sunday school,
Okay.
and right now we're getting ready for a youth camp, in which we take our youth up to the mountains, and there's a different thing every year.
Yes.
And
that is neat.
it is open to the public. Many children that do not go to DCC sign up, and
Okay.
the congregation is so giving that we have scholarships for needy kids who can't pay the fee. There is a fee, and we
I'm sure
do
there would be, because you'd have to feed them and take
feed
care
them
of them
and
all
take
that
them
time.
out. And so we do all that we can to make sure that every kid that wants to go to our camp, is able to go.
Oh, that's remarkable. That is really good, because a lot of kids wouldn't get there. They don't have the transportation or the
Right.
help or anything, people that would know about. That's
Yes.
remarkable. I like that. And that's for what age level?
Ooh, now,
That's a great question.
We'll figure it out.
we will, because we have two camps. We have kids camp and we have the youth camp.
Okay,
Yes.
so probably older teenagers go to the youth and the
Youth.
younger
And the
kids
kids.
go
Yeah.
to the youth camp. Well, that's good. I didn't mean to blindside you, but I
Yes.
just thought
That's okay.
we'll get
okay.
there. But we'll get there. But if you really had a need or wanted to talk to them about it, I'm sure they'd take the call at your church.
Yes.
Yes, we
Yeah,
will.
okay. We'll give you some numbers in a little bit. So, and what other things do you do? Now, we're going to talk about their main event coming up here in a little bit. But on an ongoing basis, you have church on Sunday,
Yes.
Yes.
one service, two?
One service,
At what
and
time?
at 10 o'clock. We also teach adult Sunday school,
Oh, okay.
which starts at 8:30, and that's been ongoing for how many years
Four.
now?
About 4 years.
About
Oh,
4
that's
years.
good. That's good.
And my wife, she's the main teacher,
Good for you.
and I teach sometimes. And we open it up to the congregation. There's different people in the congregation that is called to teach. And so it is not something that's just for us. So we open it up and give many people opportunity to practice their
Exercise their
gift.
gift.
Exercise their
Right,
gift.
that's
Yes.
beautiful. If they've got that gift to teach,
Yes.
then they need to be able to do that.
Yes.
Yes.
And so you allow them to do
Yes.
that, or
Yes.
they come on, sounds like very happily come
Yes,
on
they
and
do.
want to do that. That's
They
great.
do.
And what about, do you have Sunday school for all ages pretty much, or just the adults? Or?
What we're doing right now is just for the adults,
Okay.
but children are welcome.
Okay, so they
Yes.
can come. And they're welcome to your main service too?
Yes.
Okay, because a lot of
And
places,
we do
kids
have
are a little
childcare.
bit- You do?
Yes.
Okay, so if they had a tiny infant or something and wanted to
Yes.
still come and worship
Oh,
with
yes.
you, they could put their baby in the childcare?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that would be good.
But run concurrently with the service.
Right.
We have the kids that go to
Sunday school.
Sunday school. It's not a Sunday school that they call it. What is it called? It's another name, but for the little ones to go in. And they have their own service.
Oh,
That's in the fellowship hall.
oh, that's neat, so that they don't have to sit and wiggle and squirm with mom and
Yes.
dad.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that is great. So bring your kids, put them in the youth program or the little kids program.
Yes.
Or the
And then
youth.
you go worship and then pick them up and you're on the way.
That's right.
And you've got your weekend worship carried out. So we are going to talk a little bit more about a special event that is coming up we want everybody to know about, and we want you guys to be able to take part in. So Connie and Z are going to help me talk about that in just a minute. We'll be back in about 2 minutes, and we'll talk a little bit more about the DCC and their new service. Okay, we are back, and you're back with Lois and Z and Connie, and we're talking about some of the events and some of the neat things that go on at DCC or Desert Christian Center. They have 2 pretty big events, but one of the ones that Connie's going to tell us a little bit about is the ladies' event. Do you have a name for it? Or
It's
is it
called
just
It's a Girl Thing.
the girl thing? Okay.
Our pastor's wife, Cindy Shad, had the idea about ministering to women from ages 1 to 100
That's a pretty
in our
good
city.
limit.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And it's about 3 or 4 years old, and it's held every September. And our doors of our church is open to the city, and we have women come from distances just to get to the It's a Girl Thing. And
That
there are
is
different
neat.
themes every year, and it's fun and for fellowship, and we have a great time of ministering to one another and getting to meet other women
Getting to
in
know
the
each other
area.
more.
Yes.
Oh, how
So
neat.
I
So we'll
meet-
have to have you back before September, and you can tell us a little bit more
Yeah.
about what it's going to be this year.
Yes.
That'd be good.
Cindy would be the one.
Okay,
Because
well, you
she's
put
the
a
one
bug
that
in
will
her ear that I'm going
spearhead.
to call her.
Yes.
It's a girl
Okay.
thing.
Now, these guys are event coordinators for something that's coming up at the middle of May.
Yes.
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about that.
This is a conference called Only Believe.
Okay, and it's a 2-day event?
It's
or
really a day and
one and a half
one
part?
evening, the first night, Friday night, and part of Saturday.
Okay.
What happened is my husband and I, we love to go to conferences. And we were saying one time that, boy, I wish we would have some conferences here. We're always leaving, go out of
Yeah.
town to go to a conference. And
Somewhere where you can learn and
right.
get inspired.
And sit,
Yeah.
hear the word. And during prayer one morning, I believe I heard the Lord say to me, "Why not you?"
Aha.
And my response was, "Why not me? What?
What do you want?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why not you
I
have
love
a
it.
conference?"
Oh, that's awesome.
And fear sets in immediately. Like,
Yes.
I can't do that, God. I don't
know how.
I don't know
haven't done
how.
this before.
I only go.
I'll help you, I think. Not me,
No,
but the one you're
so-
listening to. Right.
And so as I meditated on it for a few days, it just got bigger and bigger within me. And I approached my pastor with it, and they started getting all jazzed up about
Well,
it.
it is exciting
I'm
when
thinking,
you think about it.
okay, maybe this is God.
Could be.
And so then we were off and running. See,
Wow.
you don't know if it's God unless you step out.
That's
If
right.
you're always sitting in the boat, you'll never know if you can walk on the water.
You've got to do your
You've
part.
got to step out.
That's
Yes.
right. So you stepped out big time, and
Yes,
now
we
you
are.
do have people working with you? Or?
Yes, we have a
Yes.
committee
Okay.
that's working on It's Only Believe. It's called Only
It's
Believe. Mm-hmm.
called Only Believe, and it's Friday evening and Saturday.
Yes.
And we're going to tell you a little bit more about that in a little bit. But you have people working with you to set up speakers and that sort of thing? Or you did
Z and
that?
I are two of the speakers, and
These
we
two.
have
Yes.
Regina Thomas, evangelist Regina Thomas from
I
South
think you may
Carolina.
have heard from her. She's pretty famous.
And she will be our keynote speaker on Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon.
Yes.
Yes.
So she'll speak 2 times.
Yes.
You guys will
And then
each
she's
speak
going to
a couple
also
times.
speak on Sunday morning.
Oh,
Our
Sunday
pastor
morning.
is opening the pulpit to her.
Oh, that's great. So she'll be there for Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody wants to meet her, that's the place to go. She's
Yes.
a remarkable lady. These guys are pretty remarkable, too, in the fact that they're working hard to get this done. What all is involved? I mean, you've got to get registrations and facilities and all of that
Yes.
stuff ready to go.
There's a lot involved, and like you said, this is our first time ever doing something like this, and we were so grateful for all the talented people that are at DCC who came in and helped.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
Okay, they had the ideas to say, hey, we can do this, we can do that, and we're looking almost deer in the headlights sometimes.
Yeah, because it's
And,
new to everybody.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
but there are people who have done similar things, and they just stepped up, and we were blessed.
Isn't that wonderful
By all
Yes.
when
the
they do that?
all the help that we received.
And you guys have attended so many conferences that you
Yes.
know from the outside looking in what you want to be your end result.
Yes.
And now you've got help getting there. Of
Yes.
course, you can probably organize it too, because having been there, you've done it.
Well,
But,
I don't know. I wouldn't have thought about all the things that.
It's amazing, all the
intricate
little things that
Yes.
you need
That's
to do,
right.
everything from water for your guests to your speakers. I mean, it's just a big gamut of things that you
Yes,
have
it
to
is.
think about. So, so tell me, what is involved? What do you do? What is your purpose for this conference?
The purpose is that we want to minister to the city of Ridgecrest.
Okay.
Our city and our surrounding areas, we want people to come in and hear the word of God. And there's so many people that are broken. So many people are walking in unforgiveness that it's time that as brothers and sisters, we come together and drop the walls and learn how to be one. Like Jesus said, how will they know you except by the love?
That's right.
And we need to love one another.
Absolutely.
And receive one another and accept one another.
So this is what it is. Only
Yes.
believe.
Only believe.
And if you believe, then all these things, the love and the fellowship and
Yeah.
everything will come out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Because you find that through different things, trials and tests, people's faith has been shipwrecked. And
Oh,
they've
true.
set the faith aside and they've drifted out on the sea of life and they're wandering around not knowing what to do.
And you guys are going to try to help bring them back.
Well, the message is the subtitle for the conference is Faith, the Game Changer.
Okay, did you hear that? Faith,
Faith,
the
the game
game changer.
changer,
I love
yes.
See-
that. And if they want to sign up for this, where would they go?
You can go on the Facebook account under Only Believe
Only Believe
or
on
under
Facebook?
Yes, or under Desert Christian Center.
Okay.
And-
They have Facebook also?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And
And there's
sign
a
up
place
that way.
to sign up?
Yes, there
Okay.
is.
And if they can't get onto any of those, they give you a call out to the church?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sure you can
Yeah.
find the phone number in the book or something.
And
What-
even if you don't get a chance to register, come.
Come. That's
Okay.
right.
Yes.
So you don't, you've decided at the last minute, say, Friday evening, I want to go,
Yes,
then get in the
come.
car and go?
Yes.
Or call them and they'll get you there, I imagine.
Our
So-
registration primarily is set up for, we want to know who needs child care.
There you go.
Because we're providing child care.
And you're also providing lunch? No, lunch
No,
on your
no
own?
lunch.
Okay,
But we're providing child care so we know
Oh,
how
you've
many
got to have
workers
enough.
we need to have.
exactly.
You know.
So what would be your request to people that they do to sign up? Because we're running down to about the last minute. What would you want them to do? They want them to go to the Facebook page?
Yes.
And sign up?
And sign
And
up.
they could contact you at the church if they needed a little bit
Yes.
more clarification. And are there flyers somewhere around where people can?
Yes, there are flyers. The Bread
Okay.
of Life, there's flyers, and we
We're kind
will.
of out of here. I'm sorry, I got right up close to the last, it goes
Okay.
really fast. Thank you so much for coming, and I'll see you next week. We're out of here.
All right, thank you.